Well, good morning. It's Richard with Lap of the World, and we are currently about to depart a Starbucks in Richmond, Kentucky. Why, you ask? Well, it's very exciting. They called me, and the NSX is ready. So, having bribed my wife with coffee, I suppose I should explain how we found ourselves on I-75 North on a lovely Saturday morning in early March. Brian at Source One contacted me early this week to let me know that the NSX was ready to pick up. So we made some quick plans and jumped in the GTI this morning and took off up to Ohio to go and bring the old girl home. This is also the first opportunity we've had to take something of a quasi-road trip in the GTI, and so far we have no regrets. The ride's very comfortable, the car is very quiet, drives dead straight, as you would expect from a, to me, nearly new vehicle. It's a 2013. You may hear some wind noise through the microphone, but I guarantee almost all of that is the bike rack that came with the car. It's nice to have. I mean, we do have bicycles and occasionally use them, but we are not, I would not go so far as to call us cyclists. So we'll probably take that off for casual use and fuel efficiency, and then just put it back on if and when we need to take our bicycle somewhere. But a minor quibble. Otherwise, it's been great. With the 18-inch wheels and tires on the GTI, we are going to have to be a little bit more careful as we get close to Cincinnati, as I'm told the roads have become even worse since I was up here a few weeks ago, and they were bad enough at that time to bounce a 6-inch safety bolt out of its pinhole and deploy a ramp on the trailer on the way home. So we will be looking out for that and getting a little bit of extra room in traffic. So with that, I'm going to get back to driving, and my wife's going to get back to drinking her coffee, and we'll check in from the shop.
Yay, coffee!
We didn't want to take up any more of their time than needed on a busy Saturday, so after a quick download of Mike and paying my tab, we turned around and headed back south. Okay, so we made it away from Source One. They actually beat the curve on what I'd kind of estimated the shop bill was going to be, and I'll get into more detail on that in probably the next episode. But suffice to say, there's a little bit more money left in the bank account than I expected, which is always nice. We also managed to escape Cincinnati. That's always a little bit of a tenuous situation. I keep waiting to get pulled over and have to explain that, no, officer, I'm not drunk. I was just dodging the potholes, of which there are many. We're about halfway back at this point, and I can confirm that the old girl is back in rude health. Not much left to do, honestly, before she's track worthy. The guys told me they found a wheel bearing that had a little bit of play in it, so I'm going to check that out when I get home, and probably have the alignment settings double checked as well, since they had the whole rear end of the car apart. However, aside from that, we should be set to start doing a little bit more lap of the world and a little bit less lap of my garage. I did want to take a moment and give a special thanks again to Source One Automotive in Mainville, Ohio. Brian and the crew have been superb to work with through this entire process. You know, I called them in, I think, November to talk it over, and then got caught up with the holidays and everything else, and then called them again in January, talked it over again, got the car to them, and then while they had the car, their responsiveness, updates, and the detail of information they were giving me was spectacular, and let me, really helped me to make the decisions I needed to make to get the car back up and running in the most efficient manner possible. And you know, they were also very patient with me and my sometimes slow and deliberate decision making. So shout out to those guys. Absolutely, Source One Automotive, 10 out of 10. Would use again. Absolutely have no hesitation recommending them to anybody else who needs work on their NSX.
300 miles and 5 hours later, we arrived home tired, but relieved to have our NSX back at home, and although more than a little dirty, also healthy again and ready to continue on the lap of the world. I'll see you in the next video, if not at the track.